Good morning, it's Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, EOS, Ethereum and Ripple's XRP. It is Thursday the 16th of July and we'll be looking at support and resistance levels, the MACDs and the moving averages. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the dollar, looking at the hourly candlesticks, bearish start to the day, going to need to see Bitcoin move through the pivot at 92.23 to support a run of the first major resistance level that sits at 92.67. Barring a broad-based crypto rebound, that first major resistance level and Wednesday's high that was at 92.80 should cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, going to be targeting a breakthrough 9,300s and a run through to 9,400 in the event of a breakout. Failure to break through the pivot, got the first major support level sitting at 91.66. Barring extended sell-off, should see Bitcoin avoid sub 9,000s. Got the third major support level sitting at 90.21 to limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, suggesting a bearish day ahead. We're seeing a widening of the bearish histograms there, and we're also seeing the 50-day EMA spread widen against the 100 and the 200. So a move through that pivot at 92.23 is key through the morning to support a recovery. Moving across to EOS against the dollar and the hourly candlesticks, also bearish start today following a late recovery on Wednesday. EOS is going to need to move through the pivot at 254 to support a run at this first major resistance level sitting at 257. Support from the broader market to break out from Wednesday's high that was at 256.70. So failure to break through the pivot, got that first major support level sitting at 51.25. Barring extended sell-off, should avoid the second major support level sitting at 48.18. So key on the day is a break through the pivot. Looking at the MACD, we're seeing a narrowing of the bullish histogram and a bearish crossover suggesting a pullback on the day. We're also seeing a widening, marginal widening on the EMA 50 from the 100 and the 200. So key will be the break through that pivot at 254 and avoiding a pullback through to sub 250s on the day. Moving across to Ethereum against the dollar and the hourly candlestick, similar trend this morning, bearish start. Going to need to see Ethereum move through the pivot at 238.71 to support a run of this first major resistance level, that's at 241.06. Support from the broader market to break back through to 240 levels. Barring an extended rally on the day, should see the first major resistance level and Wednesday's high at 241.44 cap any upside. Failure to break through the pivot, we've got this first major support level sitting at 235.98. Barring extended sell-off, should see Ethereum continue to avoid sub 230s. Got the second major support level sitting at 233.63. Looking at the MACD, bearish crossover formation there and a widening of the histogram suggesting a pullback this morning. So moving through the pivot will be key to avoid an extended sell-off. Looking at the EMAs, we're seeing a narrowing between the 50 and the 200, which could bring a bearish crossover and a material pullback that would bring sub 230s into play. So a move back through that pivot is going to be key this morning. Finally, looking at Ripple XRP against the dollar, tracking the broader market with a bearish start to the day. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP move through the pivot at 1979 to support a run at first major resistance levels. It's at 1994. Barring an extended rebound across the broader market, resistance at 0.2 should cap any upside on the day. In the event of a breakout, could see a run through to 2050s, but support from the broader market is going to be needed. Failure to break through that pivot, got the first major support level sitting at 1959. by an extended sell-off, should avoid sub-19s. We've got the third major support level sitting at 1908 to limit the downside. If you're having a look at the MACDs, that's a bearish crossover formation formed late yesterday and a widening of the histogram this morning, suggesting a further pullback. Looking at the EMA, we're also seeing the 50 against the 100 supporting this bearish start and a narrowing between the 50 and the 200. So failure for Ripple's XRP to break back through to 1980s and a run at 0.2s could deliver a heavy loss on the day. For more crypto tech analysis and news on the FX Empire website, do follow the links and click subscribe.